So, just watched Punisher. Well, it says Daredevil, but the credits are Punisher. Just watched Punisher. Literally, the credits are still going. One last kill. I don't know if I could say that on here. One last. I don't care. But, enjoyed it. It was fun. I know there's gonna be people that say it was very violent, which very violent. I was thinking this came out next week, so I wasn't prepared. It's like 1:20. I was watching. Well, I watched 2 Evangelion movies. So I was trying to get through that. I'm like, I have time because I wasn't planning. I went upstairs, turned on my phone, and it was like everyone's talking about the new Punisher movie, and I'm like, oh, it's one shot or whatever they call these, and I'm like, well, I gotta go watch it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I wouldn't actually have his build going on right now. Whew. Like, the main person I wanted to be disposed of was the first 5 seconds of the 40 seconds of the episode, and that guy needs to go. that guy, yeah, he needs to go. The only sad thing is he doesn't go into the last episode. It's the last like 2 minutes. I noticed one thing. I don't know if it's just this episode or whatnot. Well, this one shot. These aren't episodes. This is just one shot. But the volume is very muffled, like quiet. I am one to keep the volume at like. I actually turned it down because I was doing this. But I'm one to keep it pretty low. Like, my family always gets annoyed with me because they keep it around the 20s, and they usually have around 35. And with this episode of the volume, I had up to about 27. So it's like 7 notches high for me because it was just quiet when people talked. And then when music played, it was extremely loud. And I know it wasn't the TV being like this, because when commercials, I don't have it so that I could play without commercials. I just watch the thing with the commercials. And the commercials were loud. So I was constantly turning the volume up and down on my TV because actually I think I turned on the subtitles. So yeah. But besides that, it was fine. Not extremely bloody. Like, it's bloody, but like, I'm not definitely not saying don't let any kids watch it. But I've seen bloodier stuff. And I would say turn off my TV. I would say watch it. It's not like extremely bloody. It's about die hard bloody, I would say. And he never actually got the bad guy. The bad guy got away. Like, it was like the whole thing happened because he got the one last kill. Because he got the grass crime guy who was because of his family dying. But he didn't kill the wife. He got rid of the wife. He got rid of the kids. And the husband, but didn't get rid of the wife, and she came back with a bounty against him. But she sent it so that they will kill, dispose of, destroy anything in their way. And basically, the entire thing was Frank trying to get out of the apartment without hurting any innocent people. There was a what are they called? Balcony? I think it's balconies, but on an apartment building for you to walk out and hang out on the side of the building. That was a cool fight where he's jumping down from those. That was pretty cool. There was him falling onto buses, and I was kind of hoping he would get up like, oh, my back, from like Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, but that didn't happen. But yeah, the lady hired a bunch of people, set a bounty on Frank, and basically the entire city block is in chaos. Mainly, I'm trying to say as vague as possible, but it's 45 minutes and it's just basically 20 of the minutes of fight, actually 47 minutes, and about 25 of the minutes is fighting. So, there's not much actual story. Frank's going around seeing visions of his family, friends. A cameo shows up. I'm not going to say who, but someone shows up that's important to Frank. It was one of these moments when I saw who it was. I was like, that person's getting quite a bit of screen time the last couple of months. It was nice seeing that person again. Always nice. I would say this is probably more like the Netflix Punisher. So, like an episode from the Netflix Punisher, which is great. What's his name? The guy who plays Frank Castle. I can't remember his name, but I believe he directed parts of this, or he was like wrote the screenwriter or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's how it is. I'm not going to do any research. I'm not like don't come back and be like, yeah, what's that? But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it was good. There wasn't really like the balcony fight was probably my favorite fight out of it. There was also a diner/restaurant fight that happened. That was fine. I would have preferred a little bit more street fight, but you basically got him fighting a guy on a motorcycle and one other person, and that's it. So there was that. You don't really see the Punisher in his actual Punisher outfit until the end of the show. He puts that on for like the last 2 minutes, and it's like he got the guy that did the thing at the beginning. That I would have gotten him first, but okay. Actually, it's very similar to what happened recently on the news, so. But, yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay. That guy needs to go, type deal. I watched a little bit of a YouTube channel that starts with G, that is the initials of GG, and they were talking about how, like, it was like a 20-minute video or 27-minute video, I can't remember. I only watched like the first 7 minutes. I can't stand that channel. I watch it just because I want to know what they're saying. They are long 90% of the time. I don't understand why they still get views. They were like, I even left a comment on the channel saying, you guys never, like, you don't like anything because it's not your soul type deal. But they were calling this like woke. There was no talking. There was like 20 minutes of talking and 45 minutes of it was just fighting. And most of the time it was Frank talking to ghosts. I don't understand. I know I'm on this again. I read this yesterday, I believe. But yeah, I don't understand people like that who are like, it's woke, and it's like, there was not a single thing that was woke in it. I don't even think I saw a pride flag. There might have been a Black Lives Matter hand somewhere. But if you're deep diving that much to be like it's woke, I think you have a problem. I didn't see anything. Honestly, they might have needed to tone down the violence. So I don't understand if it's woke, there's not enough violence. But if it's not woke, there's too much violence. There's no in between. But I don't know. It's like Frank was his trauma because he completed his quest. He got the last person, the one last kill happened, and it was like, yeah, Frank did it. Punisher did it. He completed his quest. Yeah, he's gonna have thoughts and be like, what am I gonna do next? And so for channels out there who are kind of just sissies, non-comic book fans, don't listen to them. They're just not comic book fans. But I consider this a good show. I enjoyed it. I just took a random screenshot and noticed that's the thumbnail. Just so it's like, hey, there he is. It's James watching it. I'm trying to think of anything else because it was mainly just fighting. Like, the apartment fight was an apartment fight. Frank really started off with like no weapons and ended up with just switching through weapons the entire time. The new Punisher costume looks cool, but I was spoiled because of the new Marvel Legend that came out, which that's coming out. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I don't like ordering stuff online. I like finding stuff in stores. So, like, I order CDs off of Amazon, and once in a while Marvel Legend. But I'm like, this one I have to get this Punisher now. He's pretty cool. I don't like live action Marvel Legends, but the Punisher was pretty cool looking. The skull actually looks like the Punisher outfit how it would be in comics. The belt with like the teeth, and yeah, it looks good. Well, I'm like 14 minutes, and I'm trying to think of stuff to say. Like I said, there's not a lot of like anything. Like, it's him talking to ghosts most of the time. The guy talking to the guy at the other guy at the beginning. The people at the restaurant and the news reporter saying that there's riots are happening because there's a vacuum, because there's no crime boss anymore to control everything. So I think that was like everything that really was said at the beginning was just mainly ghosts. And there was some parts I think may have went on for a little long with the ghosts. So I think they could have actually stretched out to like 60 minutes. and took out some of the talking at the beginning, so we could have seen him get the main bad guy who got away. I guess they left her go because of maybe depending on a Punisher TV series like Daredevil. Don't know. Maybe that person shows up in Daredevil. I don't see why they would, but that happened, and it was just 45 minutes of fun, I guess. But that does mean I have to watch Daredevil and Punisher this weekend with my sister. I have two things now. I was planning on watching one because I thought this came out next week. It came out this week. Now I gotta recheck everything because I thought I had everything figured out, and now I'm like, I don't know when Brand New Day comes out, and I don't know when the Amazon Spider-Man comes out because I'm have my times mixed up. But is that much more to say about Punisher? Besides the fact I was kind of spoiled with the costume, even though you really didn't see much of it, except for like 2 minutes of the costume, and that's it. Frank Castle's being Frank Castle. Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess give a like, thumbs up. Honest, right after the movie reaction, this is what I think, and I enjoyed it. I think some people don't have problems with it because it's not my show, blah blah blah. Non-Marvel fans. I know my hair was like really frizzy today, but yeah, I don't know. I have to see what everyone's saying on YouTube. I watched one person who normally criticizes stuff, but he's been gonna grow with Daredevil and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, this looks good. This looks good. And I was like, I'm curious now. So, yeah. He's the one I saw that's like, hey, just watched it. And I'm like, you're the only one that I got any notifications about watching it. So I'm like, I'm not a big fan of yours. I used to be sub to you, but I'm not a big fan of yours anymore because you just got kind of like, everything's bad. And he gave it a good rating. He gave it like a 4 out of 5. And I would give it about an 8 out of 10. He does 4 out of 5. I do 8 out of 10. So, yeah, that's mine. 8 out of 10. Just the other guy, they gave a 4 out of 5. It was fun. It wasn't like anything special. Like, honestly, they probably could have skipped it. Type tale. It was just like, you want violence? You want a Punisher being Punisher? Here you go. Did it seem kind of like a Call of Duty scene for a little bit? Yes. Oh, Jeremy Johns just uploaded his video about it. So, I'll see what he's going to say. He just popped up on my phone. I gotta go see Jeremy now. Well, it's about 1:40. I'm going to bed. Good night. I'm going to go upload this as I'm watching some other YouTubers react to it and talk about it. Turn off my lights. Say goodnight to my cat. Hi. She's missing a leg. So, yeah. Good night. If you guys see this in the morning, or whatnot. Comment, say what you liked about it, leave a like, follow, sub, whatever. Why am I doing this? I never do this. It's like I just do it, upload stuff because it's on my mind. Dr. Pepper blackberry is pretty good. Bye. Good night.